Libra. Hi, I hope you're doing well. I'm going to be doing you a quick under 20-minute general reading. So if you're Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising, Libra Venus, where you maybe strong Venus placements in your natal chart, this could be for you. And I'm using the Modern Witch Tarot, and I'll be using some Oracle cards as well. So, Two of Swords, okay. There's a decision you need to make here, Libra. Now, decision making is not always your strong point. And you can be sitting here, torn between characteristically your heart, your head. What do I do? What direction should I take? How do I deal with this? And what's the best action? But I'm not really sure. Two of Swords, I can't really see. I can see, but I'm almost telling myself that I don't know what to do. That kind of energy. It could be an issue that you're kind of mulling, keep going backwards and forwards in your head over something. To the point where it's actually giving you a real headache. You've been here before, Libra, in a place where you like chopping and changing. What should I do? You turn it towards is saying, no, I really can't make a decision. And it's a kind of mental prison, in many ways. The more you think about it, you overthink it. And the more you overthink, the more difficult it gets. That kind of trap. Again, it's very linked to decision. There's something you're really having a struggle with here, Libra, decision-wise. Needing to make a discerning choice. And something important about, that could have a long-term effect. And you having to do that real discernment, looking into, maybe going over things with a fine-tooth comb to make a decision. Maybe you're over-analysing, could be over-analysing, which then causes a kind of mental paralysis. Let's see. Okay. That's because perhaps you've been taking stock and having a look. This is coming out a lot in the February readings, this card. And it could be just, the energy of the now. We're moving into the year of the horse, coming out of the year of the snake, and, that's kind of transformative energy. This is the time, February, when we move into the new lunar year, where we take stock, where we look back over the past. It's a new year in its own right, and so this could be the why this card is coming up so much in your energy at the moment, when what it could help you if you do take stock, and help you make a decision that you might be finding difficult to make. Right, so you've got endings and beginnings. You've got this transformative energy, which is coming in, universally, because it's the beginning of a lunar new year. It's transformational energy. Maybe you've got to put something to bed, close something down, end something, in order for a new cycle to begin. And that could be the thing that's causing you not to be able to make a certain decision. How do I end this in order to start that? That, it's that kind of thing where, of course that could feel difficult and uncomfortable. So you've been accepting help, though. It seems to me that you have been accepting help, Libra. Not a lot. I mean, I think perhaps there's somebody around you, could be somebody who's quite intuitive. Who's been able to possibly offer you something or advice or offer you some opportunity, but it's not really appealing to you. Or it doesn't feel substantial. It could be that you're stuck in a, in a situation to do with your heart, to do with love, and you don't know how, you feel like it's not really satisfying you, or that you should be, might want to be ending something, but you're unsure whether or not to, or just a cycle, a way of being. Yeah, see Libra, looking, you might be looking back, you might find yourself now not only looking back at what you've been putting into something, but looking back at something that you regret having done. Even though there's something good coming in, it can be a case of looking at taking stock of the last year, and maybe there's some things that are bothering you that you wish you hadn't done, or things that had happened in the last 7 months. You might have to rectify something. Let's see. You'll see things, yeah. You see, you think you're, okay, you see yourself as looking at quite a big perspective. You quite likely see yourself, moving into, say, a better space. Even going somewhere, maybe taking a trip. Perhaps you're watching other people, having like a sort of what you feel like they're having like a bigger life than you, or doing things on a larger scale than you, or even that you need to open up, do things on a larger scale than you have been doing, expanding. But you're stuck, unable to seem to make a decision. But you have the Fool card, Aries energy, which is about being able to, other people around you, perhaps they're looking to you as if they're doing things more fearlessly than you could ever hope to. There could be some events coming up, or places for you to go, and you need to take, it's like you need to take a leap of faith and go, yeah, okay, I'll do the thing that, it's a bit like, I'll do the thing that scares me the most. Which is often the best decision, because if you do something each day that scares you a little, then you're obviously going to be making some kind of progress. And this could be fear attached to making the right choice. The kind of mindset, well, if I do this, it's a bit risky and I might regret know, now you've got the Four of Cups. Should I do this? Don't know. Might regret it later. You know, perhaps that's something you should be thinking of. Well, look, you know, what's the worst that could happen? And it could be travel, it could be actually a journey. You know, what's the worst that could happen? Hanged One. See, there's another indecision, a card of indecision, where you're kind of, I've got time to think about it. I've got time to, you know, I don't need to decide in a hurry. You may not need to decide in a hurry. But it seems to me if you're not going to make a decision, it's going to be a repetitive cycle where if you'll be sort of caught up in this constant, you know, almost like an anxiety related to not making a decision. I mean, even not making a decision, you know, is a decision. Could be that you're waiting for something, or waiting for the new year, waiting for February, waiting for this, you know, this cycle to end, this snake year. You could be waiting for the end of February, or feeling that you can't really make a decision until, say, after the 17th of February. See, yeah, you see, with the Nine of Swords, you're back in a place where you're mulling over. Maybe also you're fearing, I feel as if you're making this, you're fearing that the decision you make might be, you know, a bad decision, ultimately be a bad decision. You know, it's a rock and a hard place. This whole spread is like a rock and a hard place. Well, if I, you know, damned if I do, damned if I don't. Taurus energy, Hierophant. It could be to do with legacies as well. And affecting you long term, you know, your future, your legacy. Let's have a look. That's why it's difficult, because whatever you decide to do, damned if you do, damned if you don't, it's going to affect, you know, sort of long term. You are not alone. You are not alone. Perhaps you've been feeling so stuck up in your head, you know, that you've been feeling alone because you're kind of up in your head a lot, and you know that can make you feel quite detached from other people. Yeah, find out what your fears are and what are your actual desires. You know, fear holding you back, even though you know you're being advised, maybe even encouraged by people around you to be, you know, to have faith, take a leap of faith, you know, say fuck fear, just go for it. Could be people trying to encourage you. Might be to do new love as well. Should I go for it, shouldn't I? Somebody who's maybe, you know, got your attention, but they're not your kind of usual type. Could be. Pray for your highest, the highest good of all. Yeah, there are possible challenges ahead. So be prepared, which it seems you already are. You're kind of anticipating that already. To get a goddess guidance. Oracle. Have a look. Yeah, it seems to get out of your head. I mean, maybe you have to just wait and sit something through until a particular time, which could be, you know, bother. Wait on some information. Wait on someone else. Dance, self-care. Appreciate yourself. Inner goddess, Aphrodite, so perhaps that's something you need to loosen up. Yeah, go and treat yourself, have a pedicure, manicure, go and do something nice for yourself. Treat yourself. I knew this would come up. Go outside. You've been indoors for too long. You need some fresh air. Could be focusing too much on things. Not enjoying yourself. You know, find a way. It's not everyone else's fault, it's yours. You're grown-ass adults, stop blaming others for your shit. How offensive. But it's not meant to be offensive, it's funny. So that's been an element as well, that you have been in your retrospection here. Perhaps there's been elements of blame. You'll not be able to make decisions because these decisions involve another person, and it could be a case of you and someone else need to make decisions, but that other person is being as up in their head about things as you are. You could be dealing with an air sign or somebody who's finding it difficult to communicate what they want. It could be a situation where you want to communicate a certain ideal, what you want to do, and that can involve travel, that can involve doing something new, that can involve a new venture, something where you're going to have to take a risk, you know, vanity project or something, and you need some kind of agreement, maybe with someone else, before you can actually make that decision, or you're waiting on you're waiting on someone to agree with what you want to do. Could be that too. Well, I hope this resonated with you, Libra. I'm going to wind it up there, and I'm wishing you all the best for February, and sending you lots of love, and wanting you to take care of yourself. Go and treat yourself, as I said, and bye for now.